Hey everybody, welcome back to another video with Jeff Dragon. Today I want to do some painting as well as some sculpting. In the sculpting menu, I want to make this a little bit deeper here to create water. And on No Man's Land you can create water if you dig deep enough into the soil. I believe it is the only map you can do that. Don't quote me on that. It might not be the only map, but it's the only map that I know of. I just haven't done my research. So I'm going to jump into sculpting and painting. There's the water. Looks like I got to go a little bit deeper still. There it is. I know it's crazy, right? I'm asking the same thing. What am I doing? Am I creating art, or am I creating a problem for my vehicles to get around on my farm? Both. So I spent some time painting all of this over the last few days. And I decided to expand on it, and I thought, why not just record it too? So the water table is getting down to an appropriate level now. To where it's going to meet up to where I have my area set up here. There we are. Hold on a second. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Okay. Alright, I'm going to clean this up a little bit more, and then I'm going to zoom out. I don't want to go too crazy. But I also want to make it look kind of not so choppy. Round it up a little bit, so it's not so redundant looking. Because sculpting is a part of painting. I believe that's water there. It's supposed to be the effect of water. But I'm going to switch to painting and go to sand. Sand mode, or the sand brush. The lower right hand corner of the screen, I'm using the directional pad on my PlayStation 4 controller. There's sand. I want some sand right there. Not so much sandy up here. The beginning of all this water starts up here when it rains. So I should put a puddle here if it will let me. I don't know if it's going to let me. This terrain cannot be modified. Of course not, because there's trees there. I'll have to chop those trees down in the future. If I get it on video, then maybe I will. But that requires a stump remover. Too much noise. Too much noise for a video like this. So that looks good right there. So I'm going to go with, now I'm going to make the water have more sand in it. Whoops. Whoops, I'm hitting the wrong button. There we are. Little bit of sand going on as it travels down the stream here. Because this stream, or this creek, I believe that's the correct word, C-R-E-E-K, I believe is how you spell it. Not like a creaking floor, but like a creek, like with water. That's what they call it where I come from, where the frogs hang out. All the different tiny creatures. No real big fish. Water's just not deep enough, you know. So if other maps have this available, this is always a fun, nice looking. So here we have now what looks like kind of a reservoir that holds rainwater, and sometimes the rainwater will get all the way up to the top here. Sometimes it won't. Put some sand on the edges, depending on the drought. Right now there's been a lot of drought. A lot of drought lately. Have not seen rain all summer, and all summer no rain. It was one of the driest summers I've seen. So it's the first week of autumn. I still have not seen any rain yet. Bright sun. My crop yield is not going to be that great. My corn, surprisingly though, has held firm. I don't know how. Maybe it's good soil. A little bit of luck. I got some corn growing, which I'll be harvesting probably in a couple days. I'd say maybe day 4 in autumn. Okay, that sand right there I don't like. Actually, that would look cooler if it was a rock formation. I'm scrolling over to the rocks. There we are, ground types. So that looks like that's where a rock should live, because of the way the ground is kind of shaping, where the water is being told to go by the forces of gravity and nature, all working together. Forces the direction of water flow. And I'll have to put some mud on the sides there, or some. Actually, no. Water usually pretty clean on rocks, from what I. So that looks good. Got the kind of the water in between these two buildings. Oh yes, and there's got to be some sort of reservoir there. Nah, that would be get in the way. This should all be mostly cement now, because it's turning into more of a workplace. You can see here I got my manure slurry and digestate selling point that I've created. I'm just going to go ahead and put some cement down. Nothing too clean yet. I want to give the effect of this being kind of old, even though I'm doing it today. I'm looking for like the worked effect, where it's not exactly brand new. It has seen some years. That looks good for now. Oops, I probably will need some more here. Kind of like this. And like this. Yeah, like that. And since this is a road where vehicles will kick up dirt, it's okay that the grass kind of carries over there, like the grass is starting to overgrow the cement, like here too. And then of course I'll need to add some more dirt, maybe a big pile of leaves. Like that. From the wind blowing leaves around. So it looks like if wind was going to blow any leaves around, it would probably be right here where there's the biggest area for the weeds to collect. And then a water puddle is always good. I believe that's water. Oh no, that's mud. Well, that's okay. I will. There's water. Water right in the middle of the mud, kind of where the weeds, leaves are. Maybe put a little patch of weeds right here, which are going to get destroyed eventually because the vehicles are going to travel over that. So I need to paint a track. And there's a, there, the weeds are gone now, and that's what's left. Maybe some water one more time. See, when it comes to painting, you're going to make mistakes, but it's okay. You just paint over those mistakes with more paint. Like so. And you know, I want to get those weeds back, but I destroyed them. And they're a little bit down the center, so then I want that little patch left there because it's down the center where the tires are going to miss it, so that part will survive. One more time. Just got to keep trying until you get it right. Maybe I'll go a little bit more to the left. Hold on a second. There it is. That's water. That's mud. There we are. That's what I was looking for. Like that. Sometimes too much water is too much water, you know? Sometimes. Sometimes it is. In that case, to me, it looked like too much water. So I'm going to add some more mud, you know, going on here. Especially over here where all the slurry is. The cell point for slurry, manure, and digestate. Oh yeah, you know there's going to be mud here. Some more water. Don't want to overdo it too much with water. But I want to put a big pile of water right there. And connect it with some smaller. Because for some reason the cement got damaged there. For whatever reason. So I want to add some more cement. Different types of looking cement. To make it look like wear and tear. And there's not as many different choices of cement on this paintbrush. Different maps have more choices than others. For example, even these water puddles I think, are unique to No Man's Land. Not all maps have water puddles available, so be aware of that. Okay, so I want a different shade of cement to add even more wear and tear. There we are. Because the cement is going to change colors depending on what drives over it. Oil slick, you know, oil spills, tire tracks, everything comes into play. So there'd be a lot more activity over here too. I want to add more mud. There. mud or dirt. Some maps even have darker looking mud. That's okay. You just got to go, you know, work with what you got, make the best of it. All maps have different things you can use to paint. So yeah, like I said, there'd be a lot of stuff going on here. And like I said, this is used. I want to make it look like it's not brand new, like this cement has been here for a while. And if that's the case, because there's going to be a grass patch, but I want to use the grass patch on this map that I think is, you get leaves plus grass. Like that's the one, yes. But that's a little bit too much grass, so I'm going to go back into water, which I believe, or is this mud? Oh, that's water. Nope, that's a little bit of mud. Okay, that's a nice shade of mud. Not too much grass growing in there, but sometimes on an old cracked cement, some grass is going to creep up. Maybe even a couple weeds. There's a certain, not that type of weed. It would, I think there's a weed that I've like. I just need to find it. That one. This one is cool because it looks kind of like weeds growing in cement. You know, like when cement gets cracks in it, it occasionally will grow weeds. But that's too much, so I'm going to trim it up a little bit without destroying all of it. Got to be careful. It looks like that. Oh, yeah, see? Got to try one more time. There it is. Back to the cement. Maybe if I'm going to try one. Whoops. Bear with me. Trying to find it. I think that was it. Yeah. If I go like this. Whoa, that's frustrating. But I did get a little patch of grass there, sort of. I'll stick with that. Because from a top view, it looks okay. Just that little patch of grass kind of creeped in there. That looks good. Now, my vehicles are going to have a tough time driving over this. So I need to figure out some way to make a bridge. Now, I know the No Man's Land has a bridge mod, but it costs $6,000, which I do not have at the moment. I've gone through quite a bit of money just doing this. Costs money for landscaping, a little bit of money for painting, but more for landscaping. This looks pretty decent. I want to jump into first-person mode here and just kind of do a walkabout. Turn my flashlight on. These are going to light up at night. And I think I'll hold on while the game saves. I'm going to turn the fast forward on so it goes night. And this is really going to be looking cool. 30 times speed. So right now I've got, I think about 8 or 9 trees, saplings planted around here. Here's one. That's going to look really cool as they grow. So it's early autumn. It takes a while to it still takes a while to get dark. Here we have the garden gnome. Okay, so I can turn my flashlight off. And soon there's going to be some other lights coming on that are going to get brighter as the sun goes down. You can see one right there. So this is a meditation spot, is what it is. Now you can see, I do not have my flashlight on. This is the effect that I wanted. And by the way, I'm seeing this at the same time as you. I painted this earlier and placed these objects earlier, and I had no idea it was going to be this cool looking. I had no idea. I am in awe. I had no idea it was going to be this cool. And I painted leaves in the bottom of this little pond. You can imagine just, you know, coming in here and just chilling, because this is all clean sand. A little bit of wet leaves, of course, from the wind blowing around, because there's trees. They're going to settle right here, but that's all we got is just leaves. So what? You can imagine a frog. Oh, wow, this is neat. There, my flashlight's turned off now. It's now 8 o'clock at night. The early days of autumn. I need to add some of those little bright lights going on here too, don't I? Or would that be too much? Let's jump in the tractor. I'm not going to turn it on because that would just ruin the effect of this video, because I don't want any vehicles. I don't want any engine noise. Wow, that's neat. I can't get over how cool that is. Each one of those lights is one slot, so you don't want to get too crazy if you're on the console. Me, myself, I'm on PlayStation 4. So it's getting a little bit too dark to paint. But I want to show you one more thing. See what I see? My windmill is not turning. The sound effect is there, but it's not turning. Is that because there's no wind? Let's check out the forecast. Today, right now the wind speed is very light. It's 2.5 meters a second. That's why. That is why it's not turning. Let's check out the windmill. I wonder if that's turning. No, it is not either. That means these two placements are not generating income. The sound effect is still there, but the wind is just not there. That is another cool thing I like about this game. Realism. Going to get windy again, maybe tomorrow about 6 o'clock in the morning. Maybe that'll be enough. It'll definitely be windy enough on Wednesday. That's going to affect my property income, which I will wait and see so we all see it. I didn't expect to record this part. This was supposed to be a painting video. And I normally make around 38,000 property income, depending on the wind and the sunlight. Right now I'm looking, it's not going to be as much today. As you can see right now, I'm at about a little over 25,000. that's okay. That's what's fun about this game. Oh yes, I forgot about that. I have some trees planted here too. It takes 5 years on seasons for them to fully germinate and be... I'm sorry, not fully germinate. It takes a year for them to germinate, and then another 4 years for them to be ready to harvest. And, you know, you can still harvest them, I think around year 3 is when the earliest you can harvest. But at year 5 is when they get the tallest. That's with seasons. Doesn't matter how many days per season. It depends on how many years. There's another tree. I forgot about these. That's gonna look neat. I don't plan on chopping those down. That's completely to brighten up the farm, make it a little more cozy. Let's go ahead and go and relax for a moment. Meditation spot. What do you think? Do you like the light there? The reason I have that light there is because this is the spot where I fill up my water tanks. And I can also fill them up with this, but it's way too slow. This, believe it or not, is fast. This is a fast mod. Fills up water faster than you think. A big giant tanker, this will fill it up in no time. I'll show it in the mod hub. Not in the mod hub. I'll show you what you can get in the mod hub based on what I have it in the garage. And that will be the end of this video. Oh no, 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 not yet. Stick around, we gotta relax for a little bit. And my meditation spot. If you want to stick around for that, you may. But after I show this, here, water standpipe, it's only one slot. Fill your water tanker faster from this water standpipe. And it is fast. Definitely worth it. And then this one is just for looks. If you fill your water tank, you're gonna want to take a nap. It's slow. It's the only reason I did it is because it's nice. Oh my gosh. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? It's the werewolf. Oh my god. I'm going to my house. Okay, that's enough for me. Yeah, that's cool. Nice doggy. Okay, there we go. Oh, wrong door. Safety. Okay. Now you want to see how much I get at the end of the day? Watch, my property income is not going to be that much because the wind speeds are not working well for my two windmills. My property income is $6,860. The reason, oh, there's my 2 horses. So much I got from them. That's the livery. The reason you might be asking, what do you mean? What do you mean that much? Well, it's because I actually quit. I actually saved my game and quit the application for Farming Simulator and played another game for a little bit, a different game for a little bit, just to change things up. Then came back to Farming Simulator 19, came back into my save game, and if you don't play a full session, it only adds the session that you played. Even though for this entire day, my property income, which was Sunday, was still $28,495. That's $10,000 less because this day was not very windy. But even though you saw on the screen there, like I think it said $6,000, almost $7,000, that's only because this session that I've been playing, which we'll show right here. See where it says year 2? That's actually not year 2. It's year 3. The game doesn't count year 1. The game counts year 1 as 0, which that makes sense logically for a game, but it's still year 1 to me. So that's when I say this is year 3. See, watch. Year 2, it's actually year 3 because, like I said, the game counts year 1 as year 0 for whatever reason. I mean, I understand why, but I won't get into what that means. So here's the session, 44 minutes. You see? So, but the total, 130 hours. Wow. So I've been on this map for 8 weeks, and I've got 130 hours on this map. Wow, I thought it was a lot more than that. Alright, so I thought I would go out there, but no. There's a werewolf out there looking to find its next meal, and it's not going to be me. I'm going to stay indoors. So it's about midnight. I think I'll sit down and, check up on my texts from my friends and family and get caught up. And then here I got my bed behind this curtain. I'll take in a nice long 12-hour nap. Maybe I'll eat some fruit and vegetables. Oh, I need to give it to the werewolf. I need to make an offering. I need to make an offering to the werewolf so he'll leave me alone. Here you go. There you go. Okay, can we be friends? Ugh. Spooky. That is a minor glitch. You got to stand already over here in the corner. Get that to open. Oh no, should I? Oh no, this is... Am I tempting fate? Run! 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 Hide! Hide in the water. Shh! Werewolf to see me. Oh my god, can you just imagine a werewolf appearing over right there?